as we all know, that because I'm not a vice chair, I'm more happy to hand it over to our CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, Neil Woodbridge, who will be presenting the model appointment. Then later on, there'll be entertainment. So later on, you have got our guys who are going to be performing our music scene. So I hope everyone's ready. So I'm going to hand it over to Neil Woodbridge.
Thank you, Sonny. You're a bit shorter than me, Sonny, I think you are. In case people want to know, Sonny has changed his name by deed poll to Sonny Microphone Sing Sonny. We were in Chelmsford this morning telling people horrible things about health and having a go, and he was on the mic and did a really good job, so well done, Sonny. Right, lots of you have been here before, lots of you we know and love dearly, so welcome. We have to do some boring stuff that's about the business, but it's quite interesting really, as Sonny said. And then being us, we're just going to have a party, so you can all have lots to eat, something to drink, hopefully, and listen to some entertainment. Right, Anthony, you owe me a pint. Okay, so the first thing I have to do, because this is an annual general meeting, which means it happens every year, can you tell me, Mr. Secretary, sir, have we had any apologies that you know of?
We have, and I've got the list of them here.
Are there lots? Oh, good. Right, so these are people that said they couldn't make this meeting. I'm right-handed. Oh, you're going to read them? All right. Do you want me to read them all out? Goodness. All right. Alison McLeave, Angie Cahill, Barbara Wall, Barriers. Thank you, Anne. I used to be a bingo caller, but I got the sack. That's a true story. Bianca Peel, Carol Horton, Chris Ludlow, Claire Moore, Claire White, Dave Petrie, Dave Solis, Deborah Smart, Denise Cheeseman, Fiona Kerr, Francis Ledger, Gawain Ferguson, Gerald Bull, Ayabosa Asundi, Jackie Payne, Karen Hogger, Lee Norris, Les Billingham, Linda Cotter, Laurie-Anne Hodges, Louise Brosnan, Louise Ince, Matt Lane, Matthew Bolter, Mike the Surf, Patricia Parnham, Paul Smith, Penny Meadows, Ralph Broad. We invited Ralph, he lives in Cumbria, but anyway, Ralph Broad, Ruth Baker, Sue Hewitt, Mr. Gill and Yash Gupta. So that's lots of apologies, but that's because we know lots of people and we invite everyone, so that's fine. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for noting that. Some of you were here last year, not least of which is my board sitting to the left of me. There are copies of last year's minutes at the front. They're freely available for anyone to take, as indeed are the accounts, which we'll come to in a minute. But can I get the board to agree that these were accurate? That's first by Sonny. And you okay to agree these are accurate minutes, because we were looking at them yesterday or Wednesday, rather. Okay, that's great. So they're an accurate record of last year. All right, so the first item on the agenda is a really important one to Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions, because we're a social enterprise, which means we operate for the community, but we do make money. We do use money, we do profit, hopefully. We'll find out in a minute. Now, because of the year in which our AGM falls, John Paddock, who's our finance advisor, is going to come and do the accounts for us and run us through them. Thank you, John. This is Mr. Paddock, he used to work for the NatWest Bank. I'll tell you about that later if you want. We have forgiven him for the country's debts. Right.
Very simple and quick, and to use very simple pie charts, okay, to help. Does people know what a pie chart is? You know what a pie chart is? What flavour? Right, apple pie chart. We'll use a range. So this was the first year, these numbers, the first year that we had the Day Opportunities contract run by TLS for the whole of the first 12 months, okay? We did lots of things this year. We opened a new house at 10 Hathaway, had tenants in there. We were still growing our personal assistance business. We bought a motorhome. Who's been in the motorhome? You have, I know. Yeah. Yeah? Get in the motorhome. There are some leaflets on the chairs, I think, aren't there? We started Liam's nightclub, and we started Cariads, the carers support service as well, which TLS is a partner in. So lots happening, okay. These are the numbers as they've changed over the last 4 years. The one on the left-hand side, my left-hand side, your right, are the numbers for this year. They're a bit difficult to understand, but this is the money we got in, okay? This is the money we got in. And what I've said in previous years, it's important that we actually earn our income from services and not just rely on grants. And for the year ended March 2014, TLS earned, by providing services, 95% of its income, a lot of its income. I think that deserves a round of applause for me. Right. In the pie chart sense, this means that that little slice up there was the grant and the rest of it was earned. Is that easier to understand? Can we go forward like that? I like pie charts. I have to have the pie. We were just talking about it, Roger. That's a pie chart. That's another pie chart, which shows how much of that pie I ate and how much I didn't eat. Or ate, okay? That was a really nice one. But it also shows roughly the proportion of the income that related to the day opportunities contract, which is the yellow, I think it's lemon curd, that one. Anybody like lemon curd? Lemon pie? That's good, nice pie. And the bit that I've already eaten, that relates to everything else, okay? So, carry on. Unfortunately, when I tried to do the next one, I got a bit hungry. So this actually shows the reason I've put on weight lately and eating all the pies. Okay. I like pie, as it says. You can see over the years how much our income has grown. Those little pies have grown year on year. So TLS is a lot bigger a company than it was in those previous years. It employs more people and of course is able to provide more services as a result, which Neil and the managers will talk about when I finish the boring bit. So that's all the money coming in, okay? Of course you have to spend money going out, and there are some large numbers on there, and the biggest number on there is the cost of people. The cost of people that help many of our customers in here that provide services. We are in many ways a people business, not only the services we provide, but the number of people we employ to give those services out, okay? In fact, it's gone up in that year to 77% of our costs related to people costs, salaries, pensions, etc. Two more pies, which show you how big the pie is compared to last year's pie. And the proportion, as I was saying, we have a bigger section of the pie that relates to people's costs. Now here are two particular pies I'm very fond of. Steak pie and a cold ham and chicken pressed pie. And the relative size of those pies are how much the costs have grown in our business over the 12 months. They are nearly threefold as much as they were the previous year. Now of course, if you take away your income pie, you take your income pie and you take away your cost pie, what are you left with? You hope you're left with a little bit of pie with a little bit of cream on top. Okay? And that cream, let's call it profit. That's the little bit of extra that's left over once everybody's had the pie. Okay? I'll tell you about surplus of Roger. Okay, next. And in this year we made a surplus of just under £200,000 before tax, compared to a previous year of 100,000. Now the proportion of cream on our pie, the proportion of profit we make, has gone down compared to the overall size of the business. But that's just in the nature of what we do, unfortunately. It's still positive, it's still making money, which the directors can then steer towards the benefit of the community. Now here I've managed to get an extract, a picture of Linda in the kitchen. Where is Linda? Oh, hope you don't mind Linda. Oh, sorry. She's the little character on the left here. And you can see that she's making pies in a kitchen. Now to make pies in a kitchen you need physical things, don't you? You need, what do you need to make a pie? Pastry. You need an oven. Oh, you said it, it's good, I can do that. Oven, you need utensils, things, spoons and pans and all that sort of stuff. You need a building. You need a pie factory. You need what they call assets. But those things wear out, don't they, over time? So you need to put a little bit of money aside each year to save up for when you need to replace your pie dish, or your oven, or your building. And those people in the accountancy profession, and we have our accountants here today, Dean, round of applause to Dean. And his fellow partner Lynette, who does all the work. Dean's come from the Bermuda Island today. Oh, it's from the Candy Island, sorry. Candy Island today. It's Bermuda. But that depreciation, I hope you understood that. Is that right? Is that okay? Right. So depreciation is what you put aside each year out of your profits to save up for the future things that wear out. Thank you, Linda, for the photograph. Okay. Taking all these things into account, the company improved what it was worth by about £143,000 after tax. There's quite a nice little piece of cream. Go on. So what do we own? What does the company own, and what does it owe to other people? We look at something called the balance sheet. That's a balance sheet. It's not very interesting. But by and large it says that the difference between the things we own and the things that we owe was about £709,000, £710,000 roughly, gone up by about £150,000 in the year. Or in the pie world, a very big pie, slightly bigger than last year's pie. Okay? So, look, and apparently I've finished. So, I don't know what the figures were. Yeah, that's okay. So, we made a profit, made a surplus, more than the previous year. We are growing as a business. We are financially stable as a business based on our current income. But we have a high dependency, please save your money, a high dependency on single contracts, which is never good, and we need to grow our business to diversify our income away from just single income sources.
They do like to speak, but they like to be filmed in private beforehand so they can practice. So what we tend to do is show a little clip filmed very cleverly with the iPad. How technical is that? Not. Filmed with the iPad of each of the directors speaking. So obviously we have to do it in a certain order because the chair always goes first. And our chair is of course the marvellous Anne White. 20-something years, an active, a disabled active person who's championed the cause many, many times and put at least one Secretary of State in their place. But I'll save that for my speech. So well done, Anne. Let's hear what you have to say.
Welcome to Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions, the 8th Annual General Meeting 2015. Thank you all for coming. I hope by now all our customers, staff and supporters have seen Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions film. It shows what we have achieved together. Importantly, all the things Liam has brought to Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions will remain with your help, keeping it all going, like Liam's nightclub and the DJs. Again this year, Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions directors ask you to fill in the feedback form so you can help us plan the year ahead. The customer's involvement. In the last year, we have set up Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions All About Me. I hope that you will use what you have learned about yourselves to set goals with the help of your personal assistants. In the last year, we have set up 9 Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions, the monitoring action groups. This is to engage with everyone to improve our services. In the last year, we have Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions in partnership with South Essex Partnership Trust, Nurses and Thurrock Health Watch. We did a Passport to Health Day, all about having an annual health check. Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions Self-Advocacy Group will show you how to speak up for others and yourself. Staff involvement. Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions had had 2 staff away days. Directors asked them to fill in a feedback form so they too can help us plan the year ahead too. With everyone's help, we work to the equal value partnership and live up to the vision. I hope that you will find all the reports interesting. Anne.
My name is Sally. I'm one of the director of Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions. So I'm here to give the customers total control of their lives. And in the past year, I've done so many stay safe events. And this helps everyone to keep safe and know what the right safety as well. Well, what I'm proud of last year was that I managed to help customers to maintain their total control of their lives, so they can actually know what they have achieved so far. So what I'm hoping to do with my social surveys to help customers to look at this opportunity to try something different. So, for example, you might want to try something different with some active sports, or you might want to go out to do your own social stuff as well. Well, with the things of the business going forward is I'm trying to maintain for the Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions to aim to provide everyone with the great services out there, so for customers to have a chance to see the big improvement of their lives. Well, we have got the 9 market action groups, and we need the future customers involved. And by using those customers, we're hoping to get them trained up to be the directors like us as well.
Welcome to everybody from the AGM. Nice to see everybody, including customers, carers, staff and guests. Just like to say in the last year it's been very productive and very proactive. We like to think that everything is going well and we are achieving our ultimate aim, which is to give every customer care and control. Care and control is what us as customers need. To you carers, it is something that is vitally important to us. To your staff, you are able to give us care and control if you care enough about this company. And to guests, we should have care and control. That's what we demand as disabled people. That's what we're entitled to. And that's what I want for this year.
Until let's do more things hopefully next year and to go out more places and do more fun things with all the customers to get them to go out in places and enjoy themselves. There have been lots of problems with GPs not doing their health checks, they're all behind on it, and the GPs not getting the appointments to help people.
Okay, I think that was really interesting. That's what people wanted to say today, which is fine with us. If you're employed by Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions, as in you take a wage from us, would you care to stand up? Just so people can see how many of you there are. I just want to say this is actually about you. You're standing up at the front and talking about all your work, which is always a bit worrying, really, but there you go. So people might think, oh look, you know, they've made £100,000, what have they done with that? Well, the truth is, of course, we have to keep some money in the bank in case there's a rainy day, but some of it we've parked into properties. So one of the things we've done is we've bought 2 additional flats. So there are 2 one-bedroom flats that we own now that two of our customers, funnily enough, live in, which is a very good use of the money. We're very proud to have been associated with Carryouts over the last year, because we were part of the team that set that up, and without embarrassing her too much, leaders in the room who made that the success it was, and we felt very pleased about that. We've also recently won a contract to be the independent advice and support for parents. So we set up an organisation called PAT, which is Parents Advisory Team Thurrock, which also has IS workers, which causes a bit of an eyebrow raise, but that's what the government calls them, the independent support. And so that's giving advice to parent carers that are going through transition, and more importantly, their young ones. We're also the locally trusted organisation for Riverside Big Local, which means we get to hold some cash for the Riverside Big Local, which is a fantastic scheme where the lottery has given £1 million to Riverside in Grays, and we get to hold the money for them to keep it safe while they spend it wisely. I've never met so many entrepreneurs in one room, it's just been brilliant, so it's going to be good, and there's lots of exciting stuff. So for example, one of the first bills we paid, I think Andy, was for the Gruffalo, isn't it? First time in my life I've signed a cheque for the Gruffalo, but yeah, who's coming to the big lunch. So it's that sort of stuff, fun stuff and really good stuff that's going on there, which we're really proud of. Obviously today you wouldn't expect me not to say something about Liam. He would laugh that I was only 8 minutes late for this, so that's good. He bought me a watch to keep me on time that I left at home this morning, so that was funny. But Liam obviously is a part of our legacy, and we're very proud of what he achieved for the company, and that's not going to go away. One of the reasons we were late this afternoon was we were busy talking to a man that had met Liam 17 years ago and had been very moved by him, and had said that he set his path in life on a different course. So he's just donated a load of money to set up a trust in Liam's name. So there's going to be the Liam Trust inside. And we're very excited about that because we've got lots of ideas, and part of that trust will be very Liam. It will be about people with learning disabilities being able to apply for money. I've always wanted to, whatever, and the trust will fund some cash towards that. I don't jump out of an aircraft, go on holiday, have a different experience, drive a car, whatever. So that's going to be set up this year, and his family are excited about that because they're obviously going to be the trustees of that and help make the decisions who gets the money. Also, this is the first year that we've employed our youth workers, who are fantastic and doing excellent stuff out there at Chadwell and other places. We've had the camper van, if you've heard, the ladies group, Spectrum, all these things that we've gone on that are over and above what the contract with the council asks for. So obviously, you know, that's a really positive thing. Now, with TLS, what's really, really important, as you hopefully can detect and see, is that, you know, the usual thing happened to us. We went to a thing this morning, and there were lots of professionals talking about health and the fact that it is completely shocking and unfair that people with learning disabilities die young, and it's nothing to do with their learning disability. It's because they are discriminated against by the health system. And they acknowledged that, but yet again, I wasn't speaking, Mr. Sunny Saini over there was speaking, and that's still unusual to them. They're not used to that, but he gave them what for, and we had a bit of a laugh, didn't we? Yeah. Up until the point we talked about our health passport day, and you told them that a man had been asking you about your balls. Yeah. Which I said, is that a safeguarding? No, it's a health issue, but being English, we don't talk about health issues. So we had a really good laugh on stage, Sunny and I think we left them with an impression, but we had a laugh. The reality about this company, I don't know why these things happen to us, but the Secretary of State for Health came to see us to have a chat in our office for an hour. Not with me, with these guys. Now Jeremy Hunt, and we had to practice that name for hours before he arrived, was a really good man, and there was lots of stories about making him laugh, and we had a beautiful letter back from him, and he was a really good guy. But while he was there, he was told about a certain GP in Thurrock, and next minute CQC have turned up and inspected him, and he's in special measures. Now that's the power of disabled people telling someone at the top, there's something wrong over here, because there was something very, very wrong. And there still is, that's exactly it, and it is still a problem. So this year again, we will be doing lots more stuff about making sure you guys and all your friends and people keep safe, and particularly have your annual health checks. We had just short of 200 people turn up on the day to look at the annual health checks, and we've got lots of really useful information off them. And as Anne said in her thing, we couldn't have done that without our friends, the nurses at SEPT, and also Thurrock Health Watch. It's really important to note that. So the partnerships, as Anne's just reminded me, are really, really important. So we talk about equal value partnerships in the way that we work with the directors and you guys work with the customers, but we also talk about equal value partnerships with our other friends. So the other thing to say is this year is really going to be a year of consolidation, but what that means is actually, if you want to get involved with TLS, it's really important that you understand the areas that you can, and we want you to be involved as much as possible. So, you know, be part of your locality committee. Get involved in that locality committee. Get involved in the monitoring action groups, yeah? That's where we're listening to you as expert by experience. Nick your ideas, because they're really good things to do, and then get the funding to make them happen. That's where the camper van come from, yeah? So the monitoring action groups have all these different headings about personal assistance, locality bases, transition, health, I'm not going to remember them all, but there's 9 of them, and get involved in them, yeah, and of course we'll have a list. She is my chief archivist. First time I called her that, sort of swearing at her. So there's a reality that the monitoring action groups are really, really good. And then there's the self-advocacy group. So there's someone here from Matthias who helps us run that, sitting around somewhere, over in the back there. But there's a reality that that self-advocacy group is really key, because you can be self-advocates, you can speak up for yourselves, and your voice will be heard, and your voice is heard when you're in Thurrock. That's what makes it such a good local authority. And then if you've got practiced at that, you may well want then to think about becoming a director. That's a lot of responsibility, but we are now in a position, obviously, to have more directors in post. The other thing we'll be doing this year is launching our impact report, which is not going to happen here, it's going to happen later in the year, to talk about the actual impact that we think we've had on the community that you are working. Okay, what I promised was that I wouldn't be the only person to speak tonight, because I didn't want to be. So I'm going to pick at random the first person to come up. So one of my managers, Linda Blows, is avoiding eye contact with me, so she can come first. So Linda, you need to tell people about your team and the work that they've done. So this is Linda. You've got a bigger chair than me, I know.
Hi everyone, I think you all know me. My name is Linda Blows. I am the project manager for the last 3 years. I've been running the... Don't make me say it again. Hi everyone, my name is Linda Blows. I think you all know me. I'm the project manager and have been working at the Transition House in Hudby Road. Transition House, this house offers a safe and comfortable environment for tenants who wish to gain skills and find out how they might manage to live independently in the community. Tenants are offered a 6-month assessment tenancy with staff support to identify their skills and where support is required. This term can be extended if identified as necessary by up to 6 months. During this year, 3 men have completed a 12-month assessment and have successfully moved on to live in shared accommodation with continued support. 25 Hathaway also offers emergency housing for people who, for different reasons, find themselves in extreme need of shelter. We have been able to offer support and rooms to 3 people on a short-term basis and successfully move them back into their supported living accommodations. In January this year, 2 customers moved into the Transition House to gain independent living skills and are currently in assessment stage, being very successful in adapting to a new way of life and engaging in new opportunities. These men are looking forward to having a holiday using the TLS camper van, which will be their first experience of a holiday without the family. We also have 10 Hathaway, which is an all-female house. We have continued a sub-tenancy at 10 Hathaway, linking community landlords and our customers. This house has also been used for assessment periods to ensure customers get the correct level of support. Unfortunately, it didn't work for one of our customers and she returned to residential accommodation, but she continues to use TLS services. We currently have 3 ladies living in this house who are supported to live independently and engage in other TLS opportunities. 23 Hathaway After a few structural problems and all repair work completed, followed by a complete refurbishment, we were able to move 3 men into the property in January. This has been very successful, and from tenants' meetings the feedback has been extremely positive. We have also completed the work on the summer house, which is now being used regularly by the tenants at all 3 houses to watch films and have shared leisure evenings. It's been good to see the development of new friendships and peer support in activities within the 3 houses and the use of the summer house. All tenants have completed the All About Me workshops to assess their future goals. These houses are organised and supported by a team of 15 staff who work successfully together to make a friendly family atmosphere that has been a contributory factor in making the transition into independent living so successful. Thank you, Darby.
Well done, Linda. We're very proud of you and the work your team did. I think you said there's 15 people, wasn't it? 15 staff that supported those customers. That's really good, and it's amazing. So the house in transition, Roger, has supported 11 people successfully to live in the community that you don't have to pay lots of money for anymore, which is fantastic, and they're having a really good life, which is even more fantastic. Right. Marion, you're next. I feel like a head teacher.
Hello again. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Marion, and I love public speaking, as you can tell. So I'm just going to go through some of the stuff we've done over the last year. Talk a little bit about staffing and about referrals for customers. So we've had at least 30 new referrals for customer support, and that's a mixture of locality support and in the community. We've also had a staff restructure over the last year, and we've now employed 5 facilitators on TLS contracts. We've employed 30 more personal assistants since last year, and this is to provide more individualised support. We've just had 2 apprentices start, and we now have an opportunity for further apprentices. We have regular engaged volunteers, and they are really, really valuable to us. 4 of these have now been employed as personal assistants after carrying out over 7 months of volunteering with us. We've also recently reviewed our transport, and we've now got smaller vehicles so that more staff can drive, allowing more customers to be out and about. We also now have an accessible car per locality and community use, again enabling more individual support, especially to appointments. We are currently developing a cleaning team for all localities, and all the cleaners are customers who will now be in paid employment. There are currently 6 customers who are being paid or about to start being paid. Over the last year, each locality has been very involved in local community events. Some of the examples are the community Easter egg hunt at Dilts Park, where our customers provided refreshments to the public. This was a joint venture between ourselves and South Ockenden Forum. On the 31st of July, if anyone's interested, there's a big family fun day where again we're going to provide refreshments. This is a joint venture with Open Door. Last year the Lions Sports Day was well attended, but I understand tomorrow's going to beat that, and there's at least 40 customers going to the Lions Sports Day. We participated in the big lunch where we had a cake and tea stall whilst promoting TLS. Grays locality regularly hold coffee mornings where other localities and families are encouraged to come in. We held a fun barbecue at the cricket club last year. Other group activities are knit and natter, DJ workshops and the music group. Grays locality is currently undergoing a refurbishment as the building has become quite old and a bit dull. It now boasts a lovely new kitchen, and there are plans to improve the flooring, a sensory space and general decor. Each of the other localities are also having a sensory space developed. Over the next year, as part of my role, it will be to improve the support that customers receive in the community. This is to make a much more individualised service with consistent personal assistance, thus providing the customer with much more choice and control after who and how their support is received.
For us, but the customers have been out on trips to that, Malden, Canvasand, Walton on the Naze, and it's been reviewed by Roy and Adam on Thurrock Point, which is one of our websites. Well done. And it's going to be continued to offer as a possible respite alternative. If anyone's interested in borrowing it, let us know, and we like taking people away in that. The women's group, we've got a new learning disability counsellor that's got involved with that. Actually, I thought it was called a ladies group. I got told off for calling it a women's group, but whatever. Who knows? Your choice, I'm sure it's ladies. Activities include the pampering sessions. They've been to club nights, film nights, and the women are planning their first ever overnight stay at an activity park, which should be fun. And other support includes benefit advice and support to attend medical appointments, because you know that's one of our things. In terms of employment, we really understand how important that is to a lot of the people that we support. So this year we've supported 28 people into paid work. That's amazing, isn't it? 28 people into paid work. Some of you might have noticed that some of the people that stood up may have the label of learning difficulty, but they absolutely do work for us. And one of the best things we've probably ever done is to get rid of our cleaning company and actually set one up ourselves so we can employ people as cleaners. 25 people have had a work experience and 22 people are currently volunteering, and that's really critical. Wincanton, yeah, every single bottle of fairy liquid in the world is made in that factory, which for people like me I found fascinating, but I'm sad. But Wincanton are a really nice company based there in Procter & Gamble, and they run a regular workshop for us where they particularly like some of the people that we support to come along, and this year 4 people were invited to a site visit and a work trial, and 2 people took the opportunity and are now in paid employment, which is just amazing. They can have the hours that they want and they're working in that factory alongside all those other people, which is brilliant, so we're very proud about that. There are more projects on the go. You can see pictures of the DJ workshop there, some gardening stuff going on. That's a famous man that makes beautiful cakes, Paul. Yeah. Makes brilliant cakes. There's lots of events that we've been involved in. That's some of the health stuff, all the stuff that goes on in the park, any of the events there. So, if anyone wants any more information on any of the projects, they only have to speak to John or Helen, and they'd love to hear from you if you're a community group and there's anything you think we can get involved in. But that's a real good example of our social investment, to be honest, and all the extra stuff that we do above what we're just commissioned to do. So I think, Roger, if you divide the hours of support that I hope embarrassing you, we've divided the hours of support that we've given this year by the money, it works out £11.44 an hour, which is cheaper than you pay for home care. So we're really pleased with that. That deserves a round of applause, people. Right, just try and find the agenda again. I'm nearly through. Okay, so one of the things, if you're in a traditional charity, you have a moment in your meeting now where normally you elect your trustees or directors. Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions has different rules where that process is done outside of the AGM. Obviously, with Liam's departure, there is a vacancy and there are more vacancies. So this year, we will definitely, by the end of this year, see at least a couple more people sitting on that top table as directors. So talk to us if you're interested, and we're going to go through that process this year. The last thing we have to do is to reappoint our official auditors, and that's a board decision that we made at our last board meeting, and we've agreed to sack Roland Hall, wasn't it? Oh, they can, if they do it for free, they can do the work. No, that won't happen. No, we really like Roland Hall. They've been fantastic to us. We've been Barry's, Lynette and Dean, because they do accounts that are accessible for our guys. And trust me, our board go and see Dean and Lynette if they've got any questions, and they're very patient and explaining stuff to all of us, and that's just me. So, do we agree just publicly that we're going to reappoint Roland Hall because they're our local auditors and we like them? And as Anne says, Dean writes a very easy letter for her to read, which means she's okay to sign the accounts off. Because for those of you who think that I manipulate this board, you should be in our board meeting. You're all welcome to come and see me try to get them to sign something that's not an easy read. It's just not going to happen. Okay, that's the end of the formal bit, unless there are any questions that anyone's got to ask, or anything that I've forgotten. What time does the bar open? The problem when you empower people, they take on a lifestyle of their own. Anthony, I'll definitely buy you a pint for that. Mr. Saney just wants to say a few words. Remember, I told you his new middle name's Michael. No, it's not. He's Michael.
No, I take after Liam.
You take after Liam. Okay. So, Sonny's just going to finish us off. Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that I'm going to. I'm officially going to end this AGM at 5:42. Okay, so we're not going to have a band. We're going to have a band in a minute. So we've got tracks and numbers. So I hope you're going to enjoy the music. So let the entertainment begins.
Thank you, Sonny. So we'll get the chairs out of the way, food next door, enjoy yourself. Thank you.